Hello students and welcome in today's session. Today we are going to see the next part of our chapter, that is nothing but the acceleration, right? So before starting the point, I just revise you that what we have learned in last video, right? So we have seen about the speed, how to calculate speed. Speed is nothing but a distance upon a time, right? So that will gives you a speed. What is the average speed? Average speed means just take an average, total distance traveled by an object upon total time taken by an object. So this will gives you an average speed, right? Now after average speed we have seen about the velocity, right? Now what is the difference between the speed and velocity? In case of speed we are not thinking of a direction, right? But when we think about the speed with direction, right, then it becomes a velocity, right? So whenever any object moves with direction, then that will be considered as a velocity, right? So simple it is. So that's why as it is related with the speed only direction is added. That's why its units are also same. Now see the average velocity, right? Velocity we know, speed with direction means velocity. Now average velocity, in that we have a new formula, initial velocity plus final velocity upon 2, because we have taken two different velocities, right? So initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2, you will get an average velocity, right? So this much we have seen up to last video, right? So this is what we have seen, that speed with direction, that is nothing but a velocity, right? So displacement upon time is nothing but a velocity. Average velocity is nothing but a total displacement upon total time taken, right? Or we can say that average velocity is equal to initial velocity plus final velocity upon 2, right? So this formula we have seen. Now based on this formula some problems will be asked, right? So this activity also we have discussed, and even I said to solve these questions, right? Now see, based on this one example is given. The odometer of a car reads 2000 kilometer at the start of a trip, right? Means this is the initial reading, right? And 2400 kilometer at the end of a trip. So this is the final last reading of the odometer. If the trip took 8 hours, time is given 8 hours. Calculate the average speed of the car in kilometer per hour and in meter per second. See the, in this example which things are given, right? Initial reading of odometer is given, final reading of odometer is given. Means by this you can minus it, right? 2400 minus 2000 and you will get the distance covered by a car, right? So it will come near about 400 kilometer, right? Now to cover this much distance, how much time car has taken? So that time is also given, that is in hours. So it is 8 hours. And by knowing the distance and time, you have to calculate the average speed of a car, and that also you have to calculate in kilometer per hour and meter per second, right? So you, whenever you will solve the example, see the method how it is given. With this way you can present your answer, right? So here it is calculated first distance covered by the car, that is S, right? Presented by the symbol S. S is equal to 2400 kilometer minus 2400 kilometer minus 2000 kilometer. Final reading of the odometer minus initial reading of the odometer, got the answer. Distance is 400 kilometers. So total distance covered by car is 400 kilometer. Now the time required for that, it is given 8 hours. So T is equal to 8 hours. Now what is the formula for average speed of the car? Now average speed of the car is there. That formula is V AV means average, right? V indicates the speed. So average speed is equal to S upon T. S indicates distance traveled and T indicates time. So 4000 kilometer upon 8 hours, right? So if you do the calculation, you will get a 50 kilometer per hour. So this is the answer you got for the kilometer per hour, right? The speed of car is in kilometer per hour, 50 kilometer per hour. Now the next answer is asked, that is you have to also calculate the average speed of the car in meter per second. So for that, see here, whatever the distance we got in kilometer per hour, that you just convert into meter per seconds, right? Now this kilometer distance is there, that you convert into meter. So multiply this with 1000. So you will get the whatever the distance is there, that will be in the meter. And here the timing is in hours, right? So you convert these hours. Hours means 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. And if you see the seconds, then 60 into 60. 60 minutes into 60 seconds. So that will gives you the second. So that will be the 3600 seconds, right? So this will gives you a answer of meter per second. Whenever you will complete these calculations, your answer will be 13.9 meter per second, right? So this is what your second answer asked, that average speed of the car is 13.9 meter per second, and in kilometer per hour it is 50 kilometer per hour, right? So these are the two answers. In this way you can calculate the average speed of car, right? The thing is that you have to just understand what is given in the problem and what to find out. One more example is given here. See, Usha swims in a 90 meter long pool. What is said? Usha swims in a 90 meter long pool. She covers 180 meter in 1 minute. Right? Length of pool is given and the distance covered in 1 minute is also given, that is 180 meter in 1 minute. By swimming from one end of the pool to the other and back along the same straight path, right? So one time she goes 90 and again coming back to 90. So total it is 180 meter in 1 minute. Find the average speed and average velocity of Usha. Two things you have to find out. One is the average speed and second one is the average velocity. So you should know the formula for both, right? Now for the solution, what to do? See the total distance covered by Usha in 1 minute, right? It is already given here. In 1 minute she covers 180 meter, right? So this is what you have to write. Then displacement it is asked. If you talking about the displacement, then what is mean by displacement? Displacement is nothing but the initial position and the final position. Among these two, whatever the shortest distance is there, that is nothing but the displacement. Now in case of Usha, what she did? She started her swimming, go 90 meters straight, and again she came back on the same straight path back, right? So from where she started, there only she came back. So initial position and the final position of the Usha is the same, right? So that's why displacement of Usha in 1 minute is 0, because the initial position and the final position shortest distance is the 0. At that same point she came back, right? So here what the things are given? The distance covered by Usha, right? Total distance covered. Then time taken to complete that distance, and even from the initial point and final point we have find out the displacement, right? So from this we can find out the average speed and average velocity, right? So for that we need to know the formula, right? So what is the formula for average speed? So average speed is nothing but the total distance traveled upon total time taken, right? and unit you know, either it will be kilometer per hour or meter per second, right? So if it is given in the meter, you can convert that into a kilometer and time into the hours, and if it is given in the meters, then time you have to convert into a seconds, right? And second, what? Average velocity it is asked, right? So for average velocity, the formula is displacement upon total time taken, right? So by using these two formulas, we can find out the answer. See here, average speed is equal to total distance covered upon total time taken, right? So Usha has covered total 180 meter distance. Distance is in a meter, right? And the total time taken, it is given in minute, that is 1 minute, right? So 180 meter upon 1 minute. Now as the unit is there, meter per second, right? So we need to convert this 1 minute into a second. So 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds, right? So we get here the answer that 180 meter upon 60 seconds. And when we divide this, we are getting 6 3s are 18. So, and this 0 0 cancel. So 3 minutes per second. So average speed of Usha for swimming is 3 meter per second, right? So this is the average speed. Here we got our first answer. What is the average speed, right? So average speed of Usha is 3 meter per second. Now the second, it is asked average velocity of Usha, right? So for the average velocity, here the formula is displacement upon time, right? Now here if velocity is given here, already initial velocity is this and final velocity is this, then you would have used the formula that average velocity is equal to initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2. But here the velocity is not given. Here the distance, displacement is given, means this we have find out. Displacement is there. So here we will write the formula for displacement. Displacement upon time taken, right? So here displacement, as we have calculated, 0 meter and time taken 60 seconds, that is the 1 minute, right? So any value when it divided by when 0 is divided by any value, then answer will be 0. So definitely here the average velocity 0 upon 60 is equal to 0 meter per second, right? So we got our second answer also. The average velocity of Usha is 0 meter per second. So this is what your final answer. At last you can write the both answer. So in this way you can represent your answer. So this is how, if the question asks or some examples will be asked based on these formulas. So in this way you have to solve. Now see the today's topic, rate of change of velocity, right? Just now we have seen about the what is mean by velocity, velocity's formula, how to calculate the velocity, then average velocity also we have seen. Now whenever there is a change in rate of change of velocity, velocity is changed, then see what happens. Whenever the uniform motion of an object is there in a straight line, the velocity will always remain constant, right? So in a uniform motion of an object in a straight line, the direction is also not changed, because in velocity we are also thinking about the direction. So whenever it is moving in a straight line, that time velocity will also remain constant with the time, right? When the change in velocity of an object for any time interval is 0, right? Means there is no change is there in the velocity. It is a uniform. It remains constant for every time, right? Means what we can say, the rate of change in velocity is 0. In a non-uniform motion, whenever the object is moving in a non-uniform motion, the velocity varies with the time. Yes, if it is non-uniform motion, then the speed will change, then velocity will also change, and that is also with the time. So that may gives you the different values at a different instant of a time, at a different point of a path, right? at different places, different velocity will be there, right? So this means that there is a change in velocity of an object during any time interval is not zero. Never it will be zero, because in a non-uniform the velocity will not be a constant. It will go on changing, and if the velocity is changing means the rate of change of the velocity at any interval is not a zero. Some value will be there, right? See on the next page. So to understand this, one more new physical quantity is here, that is nothing but the acceleration. Whenever there is a change in velocity is there, then that velocity change is measured per unit time is nothing but the acceleration. See, acceleration is a measure of a change in the velocity. Whatever the velocity change is there, that change will be measured of an object per unit time. Per unit time may be per second or per hour, right? So that change is there, that is nothing but the acceleration. That's why formula is acceleration is equal to change in velocity upon time taken. To change the velocity, whatever the time is taken, that is nothing but the acceleration of that object, right? So here acceleration is denoted by a change in velocity, means here initial velocity will be different and final velocity will be different, right? So that's why initial velocity is there, that will be represented by u, and the final velocity is there, that will be represented by v, right? Time as usual it is represented by t, right? So the formula becomes acceleration a is equal to v minus u, because the final velocity minus initial velocity is there, right? Because final velocity obviously it will be greater, right? As velocity go on changing, final velocity obviously it will be more and initial velocity it will be less. So the final velocity minus initial velocity upon a time will gives you acceleration, right? So whenever this kind of motion is there, then it is called as accelerated motion, right? Change in velocity, go on increasing, right? So that motion is called as a accelerated motion, right? Here the acceleration is there, that is always taken positive. When it becomes positive, if it is in the direction of a velocity, right? Whenever the acceleration is positive, when the direction of the velocity, acceleration is in the direction of a velocity, and acceleration will be a negative whenever it is opposite to the direction of a velocity, right? Means suppose this is the direction of the velocity, so the velocity will go on increasing in this direction. So initial velocity, final velocity always it will be more. So this larger value minus smaller value, definitely it will come plus, right? But this acceleration becomes plus, right? And when it becomes a negative, when the acceleration is in acceleration is negative when it is opposite to the direction of a velocity. Means whenever acceleration is velocity is in this direction and acceleration is working in opposite direction, then definitely it comes in a negative, right? SI unit is given for the acceleration is meter per second square, right? Remember, SI unit for acceleration is meter per second square. Now acceleration, right? Just now we have seen acceleration is nothing but the change in velocity upon time, right? So here you just remember that however it is there the uniform motion, non-uniform motion, like that uniform acceleration is there, non-uniform acceleration is there. Now this uniform acceleration and non-uniform acceleration is depend on the velocity, rate of change of velocity is there. If this velocity is changed uniformly per time interval, then it will be called as a uniform acceleration. And suppose it change unequally per unit time, then it will be called as a non-uniform acceleration. Just take an example. Suppose object is just falling freely from the upper, right? So as it falls from the top and goes to the ground, right? So while falling down, the object, its velocity will go on increasing, right? And this increase is there, that will be uniform. So 2, 4, 6, 8, in this way it may go on increasing. So here the increase is there along with the time is uniform, right? So there you can consider as an uniform acceleration, right? So change in velocity is there per unit time, it is equal at every interval of time, right? Now another example for non-uniform acceleration. Now non-uniform acceleration means where the velocity will be changed per unit time is not equal. It will be go on changing, values will be changed, right? Now take an example, a car is moving in a straight line, right? But the speed of the car is there, that may be changed. Sometimes it may move very fast, speed breakers comes, then may the brakes will be applied, speed may get a decrease, right, due to any reason. So here whatever the velocity of the car is there, that is changed, right? And as the velocity is changed in equal interval of time, definitely acceleration will also be changed, because acceleration is nothing but change in rate of velocity, or change in velocity upon time is nothing but acceleration. Means if any value of velocity is changed, means acceleration is changed, right? So here acceleration will not be same throughout the length, right? So this acceleration is called as non-uniform acceleration. Be clear that what is mean by acceleration, uniform acceleration and non-uniform acceleration. If the acceleration is clear, then you have to just remember that whenever the velocity changes uniform, it is a uniform acceleration. When the velocity changes non-uniform, acceleration is non-uniform. See it clearly. If an object travels in a straight line and its velocity increases, see, object is traveling in a straight line, means no change in the direction, right? Velocity increases or decreases, right? Anything happens, but increase or decrease of velocity is there, it will be equal amount. It will be equal amount in equal interval of time, maybe per minute, per second, per hour, whatever is there, at equal amount of time. If it is the same amount, right, then the acceleration of that object is said to be uniform. Example is given, freely falling body, right, shows the uniform acceleration of motion. Now non-uniform acceleration. See, if an object can travel with non-uniform acceleration, its velocity changes at a non-uniform rate, right? Means velocity whatever changes there per unit time, that will be not constant, right? It will be go on changing, and that time whatever the acceleration is there, that is called as non-uniform acceleration. Example is given, a car traveling in a straight road increasing its speed by unequal amount, right? So speed changes there, and that is also unequal. Change in speed is there, that will be unequal in equal interval of time, per minute or per second, whatever change in speed is there, that is unequal, and that time whatever the acceleration is there, that will be non-uniform acceleration. Very simple, right? Based on this activity is given, in your everyday life you come across a range of motions in which acceleration is in a direction of motion, acceleration is against the direction of motion, acceleration is uniform, acceleration is non-uniform. Can you identify one example each of the above type of motion? Means here you have to suggest one example of each type from your day to day life, right? So try to find out one example in your day to day life which shows the acceleration in the direction of motion, means in positive. Here the acceleration will come positive. Acceleration is against the direction of the motion, means here the acceleration value will be negative, right? Acceleration is uniform and acceleration is non-uniform. Change in velocity will be the same at equal interval of time, and here change in velocity is there, it will be unequal amount in equal interval of time. So just try to find out one example from your day to day life in your surrounding and mention over here and send it to me, right? Next, see, example is given based on that. Starting from a stationary position, means the stationary position means it is at the rest, right? Rahul paddles his bicycle to attain a velocity of 6 meter per second in 30 seconds, right? So this velocity comes in a 30 seconds. Initial velocity is there in the beginning, that was 0. After 30 seconds it is 6 meter per second. Then he applies brakes, right? Afterwards he applied brakes. As the brakes applied means velocity will be reduced such that the velocity of bicycle comes down to 4 meter per second in the next 5 seconds, right? So this also reducing velocity is there, for that next 5 seconds time is given, is reduced. Calculate the acceleration of the bicycle in both the cases. Both the cases means when the velocity was increasing and when the brakes applied means the velocity was decreasing. So in both the cases you have to find out the acceleration. So to solve this example, see, the first case is there, means in this case where the velocity is increasing, initial velocity as it is in the rest position means it is 0. Initial velocity is denoted by u, right? So u is equal to 0. Now the final velocity, that is the v, right? It is given here, attain a velocity of 6 meter per second in a 30 seconds. Time is also given. So final velocity is 6 meter per second. Time is given, t is equal to 30 seconds, right? 6 meter per second in a 30 seconds. So time is given 30 seconds. Now we should keep these all values in the equation. So equation is given here, a is equal to v, that is final velocity minus initial velocity upon time, right? So the final velocity is 6 meter, initial velocity is 0, time is 30. By substituting all the values, we get the equation a is equal to 6 minus 0 upon 30, right? So here we get the answer, acceleration is 0.2 meter per second, right? So this is the first case, whenever the velocity is increasing. Now after applying the brakes, that is the second case, right? So the in second case, initial velocity, brakes applied when the velocity was 6 meter per second, right? And at the end, after applying the brakes, velocity is reduced by 4 meter per second, right? So this is the final velocity, right? So here the initial velocity is 6 meter per second, final velocity is 4 meter per second, and this reducing velocity is there from 6 to 4. It takes place in 5 seconds, right? So time is given 5 seconds. See in example, applies brakes, right? Because of that earlier 6 meter per second velocity was there, that comes down to 4 meter per second in the next 5 seconds. Time is given 5 seconds. Last velocity, final velocity is given 4 meter per second, and earlier velocity before applying the brakes, it was 6 meter per second. So these all values are there, right? Now again keep the all these values in the equation. Equation is that a is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity upon time. Final velocity is 4 meter per second minus initial velocity is the 6 meter per second. upon time t, that is to reduce this much velocity 5 seconds are required. So time t is equal to 5 seconds. And when we do this calculation, definitely we are getting the answer minus 0.4 meter per second. So here as retarding velocity is there, reducing velocity is there, acceleration is in a minus, right? So here the acceleration of the bicycle in the first case is 0.2 meter per second, and in the second case it is 0.4 meter per second. Based on these three questions are given, right? So just try to solve these questions. Along with this, whatever this activity is given, that also you solve, and with these answers send me the pics. So today we have seen about the velocity, change in velocity is there, that is nothing but a acceleration, right? And in that uniform acceleration and non-uniform acceleration, based on that some problems also we have seen, right? Even how to calculate the velocity of or change in the velocity is there, that also problems we have seen. So if you have any doubt related to this topic, write in comments. If no doubt is there, then the activity questions as well as in-text questions are there, that you solve, right? Complete your notes and send me the pics. Prepare well. All the best.